Majuu, 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 Majuu. All right, welcome to Radio Majuu one more time. If it's Monday Majuu, and it is the One Voice Hour. On the One Voice Hour today, I am privileged to have two very special guests. One has been here before, and one is brand new. I have Jacqueline Odanga, all the way in New York, where it is catching hot. And I have engineer Nzombo Mbaru, who is in the coast of Kenya, which is hot too. But I guess we can always compare the temperatures and see who is hotter than the other one. And today I'm coming in live. I'm your host, George Gichobi, and I'm coming in live from the great state of Texas, the Lone Star State in El Paso. And it is actually very, very, it's really early, pretty early in the morning. It's around 11 o'clock, and we are coming up to a hot, blistering day. So let's get right into it. I will start with ladies first. I will start with Jacqueline Odanga. She can introduce herself, tell us who she is and what she does, and why she's here today. Jacqueline, karibu.
Asante sana. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Jacqueline Odanga, as he has mentioned. I am currently working with the Eastern Trade Council, which is a non-partisan organization that promotes the member states of the East Coast, especially in the area of international trade. And of course, today, we're very interested in exploring new locations, new destinations. And I'm very happy to be here today to discuss opportunities on the eastern coast of Africa. Thank you.
Asante sana, karibu to the show. Welcome one more time. And obviously, Engineer Nzombo Mbaru, he's been with us before. He's with the Food Security Consortium, and he can just introduce himself real briefly for the viewers who have not had a chance to hear him or see him.
Thank you. My name is Engineer Nzombo Mbaru. I'm an engineer in mechanical engineering with a bias to oil and gas. Currently, I'm working with I'm the Chief Technical Director, Food Security Consortium and One Voice Consortium. I'm based now in Mombasa, focused on food security issues along the coast and Kenya general. Currently, we are here to discuss the blue economy investments, both in the Kenyan coast and in Kilifi County in particular. Thank you.
All right, that is a very good introduction. It has actually opened up my the first question this evening. If you're listening, it is Radio Majuu, and it is the One Voice Hour in collaboration with One OVC, One Voice Consortium. Yeah, OVC is our partners and sponsors for this show. So I will ask Engineer Zombo, how does the blue economy influence food security efforts in East Africa, particularly in the coastal communities?
Food Security Consortium is a Pan-African body with a focus on matters food and water security. In the Kenyan coast, we are focused in matters food security spanning a few counties. We have interest in Taita Taveta. We are trying to do some irrigation in the Buruma irrigation scheme. Buruma irrigation scheme is a rice irrigation scheme with a potential of about 36,000 acres. We also focus to do some rice irrigation schemes in Bura, Pola, and Tana Delta and Tana River under the auspices of the National Rice Delivery Strategy 2027. Along that, we are also focused in matters food production in Galanankulalu. Galanankulalu is a 1 million acre irrigation project. It lies between Kilifi and Tana River counties. In that, and then in matters again food security, we also focus on in the blue economy, whereby you are looking at the fisheries industry, where we're looking at the fish value chain, spanning from deep sea fishing to the ordinary fishing that our Azees do here, and to the investments into the food value chain, fish value addition, for both local and the export market. So we have a very big span of focus as Food Security Consortium, and you are happy to be joined here by my sister Jacqueline to address this issue as a discourse on one hand as professionals, and then for the consumers and potential investors across the world who would like to come to the Kenyan coast and Kilifi County in particular. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Nzombo. And you mentioned a figure that I found very, very interesting. You said 1 million acres under irrigation. Was that correct?
Yes, that is just Galana-Kulalu, but still under as Food Security Consortium, we are working with the State Department of Irrigation under their program called National Irrigation Strategy Plan, whereby they are also focusing on putting more than 1 million acres under irrigation. The drive is towards irrigation-fed farming in the whole country, whereby you have a special focus on activating all the irrigation schemes in the country.
Wow, I will come back to that because I find it very, very interesting. If we can have 1 million acres under irrigation, that is something.
Okay, the current CS for blue economy mining and blue economy is doing his best. Actually, he has come up with some force that is aimed at making things work in the industry. He's the blue economy now. When it comes to the matters, blue economy in the coast, and most in Kenya in the coast, you have to have an overview of all the areas that come under the blue economy. We have the areas like the ports and harbors, we have fisheries, we have tourism, we have water, we have real estate now has come in a big way to replace to cover the gap that was left by the hotels in local tourism. He's very forceful in oil and gas resources along the coast. As you all know, Mombasa is congested, Kilindini port is congested, and there's a lot of focus to develop Shimoni Port as a fish port, develop Kilindini as it is now, to develop Vipingo and Takaungu as port centers. We go over to Lamu Lapstet and develop all those infrastructure for the blue economy. All these are done to enhance the food security issues in matters food fisheries, it matters technology when it comes to food processing, preservation, and processing in the special economic zones, export processing zones that run across the whole coast. Like we have virtually every county has a special economic zone in the coast. We have one at Mombasa Special Economic Zone, just bordering Kwale at Sunza. We have Voi Special Economic Zone coming up. We have Mariakan Special Economic Zone in Kilifi County. We have Vipingo Special Economic Zone coming up again in Kilifi County under Centambri. We have the proposed Minjila Special Economic Zone. All these are done to enhance business activities along the coast and to produce and basically to access markets both within the country and outside the country, across all the value chains, be they agriculture or livestock or fisheries. When it comes to mining, again in the Kenyan coast, again we find that we have 3 counties that are central in mining activity in the coast. Taita Taveta leads the pack. In addition to gemstones, we have Kwale County, as you all know, with its Tiomin through base titanium. We have Kilifi again coming strong in minerals, basically iron ore, bauxite, manganese, and also oil and gas resources. With Lamu again, with oil and gas blocks, whereby all the oil and gas multinationals are focused on the upstream side. So globally, the CAS for mining, blue economy, and is doing a lot of things to promote the blue economy across the coast, led by and guided by our Vision 2030 and the county integrated development plans across the counties.
Okay. You have not mentioned our other partners in the region, like in East Africa, like Tanzania and Uganda, and I wonder how they fall into this whole partnership, and how do we strengthen it? Because I'm assuming that we cannot go it just solo.
In matters, if you look at the region and matter, let's look at let's say the area that the CS for mining blue economy is focused on. I'll pick two examples. When you come to the blue economy, you all know Lake Victoria cuts across. It's in Uganda, it's in Tanzania, it's in Kenya. We all know the oil and gas resources spill over across East Africa. We have huge oil and gas deposits in Lake Albert, Uganda. We have huge deposits in Kenya, Turkana and Lamu. We have huge deposits along Mtwara in Tanzania. Now, for the oil and gas resources in Kenya, I am managed through the Lapset corridor. That starts from Lamu all the way to Douala, Cameroon, cutting across Uganda as it goes to Central Africa. And then down the oil and gas resources now, you find that they spill over to Kenya and Tanzania. From Uganda to Tanga in Tanzania, and then from Uganda to Turkana, Hoima, again to Lamu, whereby we had the proposed merchant refinery to be done there. So we have lots and lots of things we are doing. And then again, when it comes to the blue economy resources, especially fish, we harvest a lot of fish from Muhurbe in Lake Victoria, whereby most of this fish is exported to the European Union, still across our corridor through the port of Mombasa.
Wow, so the region is not just East Africa, but it's East and Central Africa. And I'm assuming that this can go over all the way to the rest of Africa. Do you think
huge? It's huge, eh? Because for now, if you look at the Mombasa port, what we have as oil and gas investments from Tanzania, we have Taifa Gas at the port of Mombasa. We have Lake Gas at Vipingo and at Centum. These are huge investors in LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, who receive the oil cargoes from abroad through the ports in Kenya, but virtually export to the whole region. Again, when you come to the bulk fuels, we all import them mostly from Klindini and Dar es Salaam and still export them to the whole region through both the southern and northern corridors.
Wow, this is not something that we can discuss in one show. I see there's a lot of moving parts here, and food security is actually a very important way to develop and advance the causes of the country, not just Kenya, but in East Africa and across the rest of the continent. So our discussion here is actually very, very important, and thank you for coming to the show. If you're listening, this is One Voice Hour on Radio Majuu, co-sponsored by obviously the One Voice Consortium. All right, there's a YORA conference in 2025. I'd like to go back to our other guest, Jacqueline Odanga. Maybe she can tell us what YORA is and what the YORA conference is all about.
Okay, thank you very much. So the YORA conference coming up is the second conference that is being held. We had the first conference last year, and basically it is a network, a powerful network of entrepreneurs, investors. We bring them together with a view to strengthening the economy, not only in Kenya and East Africa, but even in the whole of Africa. So we are targeting diaspora. Okay, we are targeting diaspora, we are targeting the Caribbeans, we are targeting North America, and of course the Africans as well. And the idea is to bring people together. Also for those diasporans who are looking to move back to the continent, we also want to ensure that they're able to invest appropriately, because I believe Africa's problems lie within Africa. Okay, I believe Africa's problems lie within Africa, and we need to get together as a people to decide how we're going to take our continent forward, our countries forward, And one of the only ways this can be done is through convening, being able to convene and discuss some of these issues, have policymakers present. We have some policymakers also from the US side and the Caribbean side present. And this will give us a robust and exciting time together. Just to add on a little bit, we are also sensitive to the fact that one of the issues we have in Africa is a lack of training, or rather low levels of training. And so at YORA, we're trying to address some of these problems, if not all of them, not just by speaking, but also by doing. So we are also running some masterclasses to give the youth specific skills in areas that could create low-hanging fruits for income and jobs or business. We are also going to be recognizing those who have gone into business with some awards at the end of the segment, and so we are hoping that this will be able to be like a wake-up call for us as a people to get together and put our business in order.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Maybe before I let you go, what ways can media platforms like myself here on Radio Majuu raise awareness and mobilize communities to participate in the blue economy?
Yeah, so we will be having a very beautiful section on blue economy in Kilifi. So this is the second part of the event. We have 2 days at Sarit, 15th and 16th, and then on the 18th, we have a special session taking place in Kilifi. We will be at the Pwani University for that day. And basically what we want to do there is focus especially on the sustainable development of the blue economy in that area. We're going to be having some professors from the university as well, discussing the economic development, discussing the technological advancements in the area of blue economy, discussing circular economy. So we're going to have a very nice, robust discussion and bring this, of course, into the public. And of course, the best way for Radio Majuu is to exactly what you're doing now, is to capitalize on this program through your wonderful services, and also to participate on the day. We would love to have some participation as well from the radio channel. You could record some of the very key sessions and have those at least the audience be able to listen to.
Kwa hivyo tunaenda Kilifi.
Oh yes, on road.
Are we going to Kilifi? All right. I would not mind at all. I was talking to last time I had Engineer Zombo. He's my alumni from Timolatewa, so we are all familiar with the coast, and I'm actually very interested in Kilifi. We were talking about the real estate in Kilifi, very much interested, and this is something that we can really follow up. So I know the engineer has the Food Security Consortium, which works very closely with One Voice Consortium, and you are with YORA. Apart from your other functions, did you tell us what YORA stands for? Is it an acronym or is it just a word? This is for the lead.
Oh, are you asking me about YORA?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So YORA stands for the Year of Return Africa. This we coined after seeing some of the successful activities that went on in Ghana, who had a Year of Return in 2019. And we thought, let's emulate what our sisters and brothers are doing and come up also with a similar tone, although for us it was not necessarily a political movement, but more of an entrepreneurial network that would be able to sustainably create strong investment across Africa.
All right, so we're trying to involve the diaspora too, and not just the diaspora that recently came like us, in this maybe 10, 20 years ago, but the diaspora that was brought here against their will. Is that right?
Yes, we are targeting all of the above. And we have a very good network of those who have actually, let's say, relocated to Kenya in the past few years. We are also having them on our team. And it seems like right now, the key issue is that many of the Africans abroad, African Americans, African Canadians, they're looking for where they can re-enter the continent. They're looking for that opportunity. And of course, we want to show that there is space for everyone.
Perfect. Yeah. West Africa, particularly Ghana, has been very active in wooing the African Americans and all other descendants from the continent into coming to Africa. So I think East Africa, which I think in my personal and biased opinion is better than West Africa, we can actually do a better job in getting these people here, and we can actually offer them more opportunities so that we can all grow together and bring some of the issues that we are discussing here to bear, especially in regards to the blue economy, so we can advance the continent as a whole with all the participants coming together. That is very good.
I would want to jump in and just add to what you've said. That's really wonderful. I would like to just add that I think West Africa has more opportunity in terms of land for them, because they are offering very handsome packages that include farms and land that they are able to acquire quickly. Whereas in East Africa, what we would have is more entrepreneurial opportunities, because of course we have a capitalist economy, and business is business. There's nothing for free. You have to work hard, invest, and put your money to good use. So I think that would be the difference between the two locations.
Wow. That's a big difference. Should I get free land or should I pay for it? I don't know. I think that is a discussion that we can have, but I think that is a good incentive. And if we have 1 million acres, like the engineer says, somewhere that we can utilize, I'm sure we can break off something and say, okay, you guys come. Obviously not handing them out, but saying like, this is for this kind of development, this is for the blue economy, this is for mining, this is for fisheries and so on and so forth. And you can participate, put in something into that. That way they benefit, the local communities benefit, and the whole region as a whole benefits. That is what I think,
Let me add something to what Jacqueline has just said. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Food Security Consortium, which is an affiliate of One Voice Consortium, and it's going to participate in the YORA conference in October in Kilifi. So in all matters blue economy in the coast, we are going to support YORA at one university to look into these matters. One, water. We are trying to explore and bring investment opportunities to the diaspora community in matters of water. In water, we are going beyond the normal sources of water, river, lakes, boreholes, and everything else. Kilifi County has a potential for seawater desalination, and it's in practice in Vipingo under Sentamri. They have a plant there that is doing 3 million liters of water per day. These plants just serving the estate. But in Kilifi County again, we have 2 water service providers to serve in the whole county. That is Malindi Water and Sewage Company and Kilifi Water Sewage Company. Now, the traditional water sources are nearly getting depleted. Now the focus is going back to the sea. We harvest water sources from the sea, desalinate, and pipe it for use. The good thing is this: Coast has 6 counties, and out of those 6, 5 of those counties have access to the sea. We can do desalination in Kwale, Mombasa, Kilifi, Tana River, and Lamu, apart from Taita Taveta. Again, Kilifi and YORA in Pwani University, we are going to present the emerging real estate boom in the coast. We have signature real estate companies that have come to the coast, led by Sentamri and Vipingo Development Limited. Sentamri bought the former Vipingo Cecil Estate, a huge 10,000 acre farm that has gone through change of use and is ready for real estate. It's ready for high-end real estate investments. And for this, we are positioned this for the diaspora to come in, and Jacqueline is a witness here, because last year we participated in the Kilifi County International Investors Conference, where Jacqueline was there, and the investment bag was laid bare. Wow. So we are there as Food Security Consortium. We are heavy in real estate investment in Vipingo. We are heavy in land subdivision in Vipingo, and are still in Kilifi, we have Tulia Gardens in Malindi, whereby there are being over 400 high-end apartments for the diaspora community and other Kenyans. In matters renewable energy, still in Kilifi under YORA, we are going to position the new frontiers for renewable energy in Kilifi County. One led by solar. In Kilifi County, we have two proposals now. We have one 50 megawatt power plant working in Malindi, in Baricho, and then we have a proposed 27 megawatt power plant solar in Vipingo, still under center. But we are proposing now for the investors to look towards the sea, to go explore the sea waves and generate power. That is still green energy. In matters oil and gas in Kilifi County, as I told you earlier, Mombasa is congested, and now the next frontiers for oil and gas investments are in Kwale, Shimoni Port, and Vipingo, Takaungu in Kilifi County. So we welcome all the diaspora, all the investors who come back home and do real investments. Bring your dollars here.
Wow, not just to bring the dollars, but actually I can see since our last interview with Senator Marie that it is a very huge, but there's a very huge potential actually for people to come in and invest and actually see a very big return. So actually this is something that I would like to echo and I would like to push as much as I can. So I have Jacqueline Odanga here and obviously Engineer Zombo with both the organization, the FSC and YORA, and how do this, what challenges do these organizations face in integrating the blue economy strategy with the existing agricultural and fishing practices?
So can you repeat that?
Yeah, what challenges do your organizations face in integrating the blue economy strategies with the existing agricultural and fishing practices? Maybe this is for the good engineer. I don't know why I keep calling you professor.
Let me start that one.
Yeah.
First, I think first we should start from the national level, whereby we start with the economic blueprints that we have as a country. Okay. Leading this is the Vision 2030. Vision 2030 has all the major projects aligned for each and every county in this country.
Okay.
So each and every county in the coast has a project or projects from aligned with Vision 2030. Now, the county integrated development plans have borrowed from the vision and developed their own investment plans. Mm-hmm. And these are the areas that we should channel our efforts as investors from the diaspora and do our investments. But the challenges are huge and many. But basically, one is on trust deficit, whereby an investor like Gashobi in New York will have issues like, will I lose my money? Will I make my money? Yeah. Those issues, you are managing them through structured organizations like Food Sector Consortium, One Voice Consortium, and other tested investing companies like Saint Ambri in the region. Again, we also have a challenge with legal policy issues, whereby we go out there and look for the buy-in of the county governments and the national government to create policies that are conducive for investments. The third one I'll say here is the collaboration partnership bit between the investors and the local community. There's been that resistance whereby most of the times the locals feel left out. But now we are pushing for collaboration that are sensed on a structured ratio. Let's say 80-20, 20-30, whereby the locals also feel part and parcel of the same investment. If you do that now, the locals feel as part and parcel of this said investments, so they end up protecting and working for them better.
Wow, perfect. Thank you so much. Maybe I can segue back to Jacqueline here. How do you see the future of the blue economy shaping food security and economic growth in East Africa?
Wow. Oh yeah, that's an excellent question, and I think it's actually a very creative one. One must be also very creative to consider how this could work. And I believe once we have, as engineer Baru has so aptly put it, once we have all those factors in order and we brought the community, particularly brought the community involved in this aspect, this is already going to the beginning of transforming and then making sure that there is an inclusive approach. I believe the inclusive approach is exactly what is going to help this whole activity to be ingrained. And then there's some other things as well that we must think about in the blue economy. We need to think about converting from not just extracting from the ocean, but also cultivating and harnessing it, sustainably. So even as there is extraction going on, to be sustainable, let's have it also harnessed. Okay, for so long, I'm sure Engineer Barrow will agree with me that fishing, the coast has been all about fishing. Okay, that's the only talk that goes on there. But there must be something else. Okay, there's the aquaculture side of it. How can you use the sea also for transportation? Okay, renewable energy. People are now putting their solar panels on the ocean. Okay, what about medicine? Okay, so there's a lot of approaches that we need to think about. Also promoting different types of fish so that there is not over fishing going on. You could promote different kind of species like the seaweed, of course, the oysters, the mussels. Okay, there are all these other products that can be, fished, to reduce the pressure on the wild stocks and also create the new income streams. These are all ways that we're going to be able to streamline the blue economy with the sustainable development at the coast. Okay, and then the other thing, again, we see a lot of attention on tourism, which is a good thing, of course, because tourism is one of the key, it used to be Kenya's key income earner, actually. And then slowly it turned to local tourism, which also does very well in the country. That was now, Kenya was able to keep up with the reduction in the international tourism, and it was quickly replaced also by the local tourism. And in the same vein, we want to talk about having cultural heritage tours to see how the local communities have been managing the fishing and the blue economy. Okay, we can also have that as part of the touristic activities as well. People want to know, how did these people farm these fish before? So I think right now, taking a holistic and inclusive approach is what is going to be the most viable option for a sustainable blue economic system.
Wow. So this is actually a very wide area that we can actually tap into. It would be not fair for me to not bring in the young people in this, because they are the ones. I remember on the last interview that I was speaking about this, and we were talking about agriculture as a whole, and we realized that the young people are the ones that are going to benefit from it, and the effects, if negative, knock on wood, they're the ones who are going to be affected the most. So what role can young people and local communities play in supporting sustainable blue economic initiatives?
So I can jump in a little bit and then hand over to engineer.
Okay.
Just because that point follows exactly with what I was talking about before. How about looking at it as improving lives? Okay, so improving lives, we are talking about a new generation. We need a new generation of marine engineers, data scientists, okay, and sustainable tourism guides, port managers. We need new blood coming into this, and of course, our technical and training courses in the universities, and also through courses. For example, I mentioned we are doing our masterclass courses as well, and some of those courses, like the AI and robotics, will be very, very relevant to developing new innovations within that blue economy in Kilifi. And I think I'll hand over to Engineer Zombo to add on to my comment.
Yes, please.
Thank you. The youth are just about jobs, the economy, and the future. And I'd like to take a historical perspective here. traditionally the coast has been run through the ports and harbors economy.
Yes.
People used to talk about Shimoni, Kilindini, Lamu, all that, and mostly cleaning ports. But now there has been a change in matters blue economy and the economy in general as a country, whereby we have a special focus for special. Hello?
Yes, we can hear.
Whereby we have a special focus towards the new what I call the new economy, with a focus to balancing between what we consume locally and what we export. We have a focus towards export processing zones. We have a focus towards special economic zones under the Special Economic Zone Authority, whereby, as I've told you before, each and every country seems to have a special economic zone. In this economic zone, we process what we use to buy locally here. Let's say the agricultural products, the fish products from the blue economy, or the minerals. So you have these huge investments in special economic zones along let's say Mombasa Special Economic Zone, Vipingo and Mariakani. These now are going to absorb most of the youth that we have here. But again, when it comes to linking Kenya with the international trade now, we need the same youth now to play around the area of IT platforms for market access and linkages. That's where they come in. So they have a lot of opportunities that come along with the investments in export processing zones, technopolis developments like what we have in Bonje, like what we have in Bonje is exactly what we have in Konza Technopolis. What we have in Vipingo, like I'll tell you an example. The proposed Vipingo Special Economic Zone is designed to have over 200 industries. And the focus is to manufacture, to use local resources here, value add them and export them. Now, if you look at that exchange, let's say between the farmer, the trader, and the factory, the manufacturer, and the marketer, or link in Europe, in America, or China, there's a lot of investment there. And this is also where all of us, both in Kenya and in the diaspora, can come in and pull in resources and investments. All these economic zones need investors to come here and invest in our agro-processing plants, in our fisheries plants, in all those industries that we know. And the beauty is, in those export processing zones, the focus is to export at least 80% of what is being produced here. That means better forex for the country, better incomes for each and everyone, and most of the youth. Through their platforms now, they can reach the world wherever they are, sourcing products from Kenya and exporting the same. Thank you.
Yeah. The time is now, and the time is actually very ripe. With social media and technology, we can actually reach a lot of people in a very short amount of time with very specific and targeted information. I think this is how media, especially platforms like ours, Radio Majuu, can influence policy and public perception about the blue economy. And I will play my part in terms of getting the word out, especially to the young population, which is more than 70%. So this is the people we should be talking to. And they can have a very good impact if they can be swayed, as much as they like the entertainment, the dancing, the funny videos. Maybe we can push this agenda further, so that they can obviously balance out the social media that they use for entertainment, and the social media that can be used to focus on something as important as the blue economy. All right, we're coming to the end of the show. It has been very exciting. We've had a very good discussions, and obviously what these discussions do, they just provide a stepping stone to the next discussion. And I can already see how we can go to the next place with a lot of information. So maybe I can have one or two questions to wind up, and I'll start obviously with Jacqueline, and she can tell us briefly, how do you see the future of the blue economy shaping food security and economic growth in East Africa and maybe the wider region?
Okay, so good question. And I think just as, you know, as engineer has mentioned about, he talked a lot about, you know, the communities and the indigenous communities. I think the more the future would be, the more that we are able to integrate the modern technology with what was there before, so that we are growing something and not completely destroying some methods, but actually growing them and developing them. I think this is, first of all, one of the best ways that we will be able to see the future of this industry. Number two would be the education, education system. If we could have those courses brought closer to the people. I've talked to very many youth in Kilifi. I'm still talking with them, and a lot of them, they go there to school, but they never leave, because the place is wonderful. It's a beautiful environment. It's peaceful. You know, excuse my mentioning, but it's not cluttered like the big cities in Nairobi. There's no clutter. And even when there are things like, you know, some mandamano going on, it's very peaceful. Very peaceful out in Kilifi, you know. So most of the youth I've met, they don't want to leave, and they would rather stay there. There's opportunity. And so it's the best way, if we can provide the opportunity for not just training, but also sustainable development of this industry, that will be the future that will really help Kilifi to grow.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness, I did not think of it like that. And this is a very, very important point that you have raised. You know, you create the environment and the people will come. Somebody said you build it and they will come. Wow, this is looking like we are all heading to Kilifi. All right, one more question for Dr. I don't know, I keep calling you Professor, Doctor, Engineer. All those are your titles now.
Yes.
Yeah. What are some of the success stories or milestones achieved through your partnerships, maybe with OVC, YORA, and other organizations? What are the milestones achieved through your partnerships that could inspire similar efforts in other regions?
Thank you. Number one is the information sharing, information flow, whereby the media helps us tell the story of what is available, what can be done in Kilifi County, in the coast in general. All these good stories you are hearing here, they won't be possible if there's no media in between to tell the world what is the potential that Kilifi County has. Like we are going, all the roads now lead to YORA conference in October in Kilifi County, and you are positioning Kilifi County as a center, as a preferred center, destination center, county in the coast. We are positioning Kilifi County in matters water and also seawater desalination. We are positioning Kilifi County in matters smart agriculture, led by Galana Kulalu and other irrigation schemes along the coast. We are positioning the same Kilifi County with the emerging trend now towards high-end real estate developments, led by Centamri in Vipingo, Kilifi County. We are positioning Kilifi County as the alternative to Mombasa oil and gas infrastructure investments.
Yeah.
Whereby, due to congesting, we are pushing the same towards Shimoni in Kwale County and some in Vipingo. As an example, I gave you the investment done by Lagos that are focused on the East African market, but based in Vipingo. They have a jetty there. They receive their supplies and supply to the region. Your position, Kilifi County, again, in matters fisheries. Now, all along, we've been doing traditional fishing. It does not add so much value. But now, with better technologies and inputs to our fishermen, we can compete with the Chinese and Koreans in the deep sea and have all these fish back to our export processing zone, whereby we're going to process, add value, and export to you guys in the diaspora or somewhere else and the dollar. So here we are as YORA, as Food Security Consortium, telling the whole world that the coast is ripe for investment. Kilifi County is ripe for investment, and we need the diaspora, the international community, to bring in the diaspora form partnerships, collaboration with the locals, and make things work for the economy for everybody. Thank you.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in this very auspicious occasion where we speak about the blue economy. I have my guest engineer Nzombo Mbaru all the way in Kilifi, Kenya, which is the new coast, the new Mombasa. And I have Jacqueline Odanga, who is in New York, but she seems to have adopted Kilifi as the new home ground. Oh,
Yes.
wow. This is super exciting. I would ask you how you came about that, but maybe not right now because we don't have a lot of time. But if you're joining us, this is Radio Majuu, Monday Majuu, where we have the One Voice Hour in collaboration with One Voice Consortium. I'm your host, George Gichobi, and I'm liking how this conversation is going too. And I'd like to really call upon my young, especially the young people, to join into this conversation, find out how the blue economy can help them, find out what fisheries, minerals, and other resources that are available right now. We don't have to go to the street and fight. We just have to sit down, discuss, and see where the opportunities are at and how we can get to them and share the wealth as it may. Finally, for each of you, really briefly, what message would you like to send to listeners about the importance of investing in the blue economy for a sustainable future? Ladies first.
Okay. I think the message I would send, to the listeners about the blue economy is that it's a very key area that people need to keep an eye on, because I think in the past it was not promoted as it should have been. It was taken for granted.
Yes.
So people were not serious about it. A lot of trash being thrown in the ocean, a lot of, oil spills. But we need to understand that the water is the key to life. Water is the key to life. And the more we invest and pay attention to the oceans, the more likely, the better the ocean is going to be taken care of. We're going to be able to sustain and prolong our days here on this earth as a human race, if we are able to take the blue economy seriously and harness it in a way that is going to be sustainable to the future generations.
Thank you very much. Engineer Zombo, what would you like to tell the listeners?
Mine is to invite all the listeners to come and take a stake in matters blue economy, development and investment in the coast, and also in Kilifi County. Be part and parcel of the water resources, of agriculture, of fisheries, of all the investments coming in. Take a stake and do active investment. Don't just be a fence sitter. The region is full of opportunities, and you deserve one. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Engineer Zombo Mbaru, all the way in Kilifi County in Mombasa. It's looking like Kilifi County is going to be the next capital city of Kenya or East Africa in terms of developments and taking advantage of obviously the blue economy, the ocean. Ms. Odanga, Jacqueline also mentioned something about seaweed, which we just see floating everywhere, just being tossed up and down. It's something that can be of value, right?
Yes. Yes. In fact, in Japan, a lot of the makeup products now are made of seaweed.
Wow. See, now this is knowledge right there, so that somebody can take and use, take it straight to the bank. So we should create some platforms where, again, young people can come, get the knowledge, first of all, which is very important. As the media can share that knowledge. And then once they get the knowledge, we provide a structured way, like the engineer said, that they can participate. And that way we can get closer to the future, sustainable future that we are looking at. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Jacqueline Odanga from Year of Return Africa. Obviously, the conference is happening in October in Kilifi. We'll provide more details on all our social media platforms. Engineer Nzombo Mbaru with the Food Security Consortium, obviously in collaboration with One Voice Consortium. I'm your host, George Gichobi. out of Radio Majuu right now in El Paso, Texas. I can see Mexico down the street, Juarez. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope to catch up with you before the conference. Let's try and meet up. And, what I'd like to do is specifically show a pathway to a young person who says, okay, I've seen all these opportunities out there in fisheries, in seaweed, or the blue economy as a whole. How can I participate? How can I take advantage? And also for the person sitting in diaspora right now in New York, Atlanta, Seattle, and they're saying, oh, there's actually more opportunities out there than they are here, and how can I invest in them, or how can I participate to them? So if we can create such a platform or such a way, that would be something that is very great. Asanteni sana, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Majuu, 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 Majuu.